Good morning. So we are continuing our basic electrical engineering. Okay. So in this lecture, I want to discuss on conductance and conductivity. Then I have to discuss about effects of temperature on resistance. And then finally, in this lecture, I want to discuss about temperature coefficient of resistance. Okay. So let us discuss on conductance and conductivity. Okay. So we know that conductance, that is the conductance is denoted by capital G. Okay. So what I am telling is the conductance is denoted by conductance. Is denoted by capital G. Okay. This is the reciprocal of resistance. We have discussed the resistance in details in our previous lectures. Okay. So when we are discussing about conductance is nothing but that is the reciprocal of resistance, whereas resistance of conductor measures the opposition which it offers to the flow of current. Okay, but the conductance measures the inducement which it offers to that means the conductance is offering the flow of electricity. Okay, so we know that R is what? R is equal to rho L by A. Okay, already we have discussed this thing in our previous lecture. So when we are writing R is rho L by A, so for that we can suppose we are expressing the thing in conductance form, then I can write that is G is conductance. Okay, G is 1 by rho A by L, because it is the reciprocal of resistance. So when I am writing conductance, what is conductance? Conductance is the reciprocal of resistance. So I am writing G as 1 by rho A by L. Okay, that means 1 by R. So I can write 1 by rho as sigma. Okay, so sigma A by L, small l. So this is the mathematical formula for conductance. That means conductance is rho A by L. So here I can tell that the sigma is conductivity or specific conductance. Sigma is what? Conductivity or specific conductance. Specific conductance. Okay. So the unit of now suppose you are discussing about the unit of the conductance. Normally the unit of conductance is Siemens. Unit of conductance is what? Siemens. And the unit was called mho also. Okay, yeah. So suppose we are talking about the equation. Okay, and you know that G is what? The previous equation, what is G? G is sigma A by L. So suppose I want to write the sigma value from that equation, then I can write sigma is what? GL by A. Okay, that means in the place of G, what is the unit? That is Siemens. So I can tell here that G Siemens, and what is the unit of L? That is meter. Okay, so G Siemens into L meter divided by what? A is what? Meter square. Okay, so that means sigma is what? GLA Siemens per meter. Okay, so that means suppose I want to talk about the unit of specific conductance or conductivity, then I can write the unit is what? Unit of specific conductance or conductivity is what? Siemens per meter. Okay, so according to the formula you can think. Okay, so the unit of specific conductance is Siemens per meter. Okay, now I want to discuss the next thing, that is effect of temperature on resistance. So when I am going to discuss about the effect of temperature on resistance, then we can talk that, or I can talk about that the effect of temperature may rise. Okay, I am discussing those things, that when I suppose the temperature will be rise, what will happen? The resistance of pure metals will be increase. Okay, that means the increase in large and fairly regular or normal ranges of temperature, what will happen? The temperature resistance graph is a straight line. Suppose you are plotting the graph between temperature and resistance, then what will happen? As they are directly proportional, let's see, the temperature and resistance are directly proportional for the metal. Okay, that means if you are increasing the temperature, so what is happening? The resistance of pure metal is increasing. So when you are plotting the graph of temperature and resistance, obviously that will come as a straight line. Okay, see this figure when we are plotting the graph between temperature rise with resistance. So the graph is coming as, or the graph is a straight line. Okay, this is the plot that will be we have plotted, that is temperature rise with versus resistance. Okay, getting? So that means here I am getting a straight line. Okay, when I am plotting the graph between the temperature rise and what? Resistance of the increasing resistance due to temperature. Okay, so here I can tell that the metals have a positive temperature coefficient of resistance. Now I can tell the next effect is, suppose we are talking about the alloys. Okay, then for alloys also the resistance will be increased if we are increasing the temperature. But in this case, what is happening? The increase is relatively small and irregular. Okay, when you are increasing the temperature of the alloys, okay, so obviously we are agreed that the resistance will be increased, but it is irregular and small in comparison to the metals, pure metals. Okay, so for some high resistance alloys like Eureka, for example, I am talking about Eureka. Okay, which is Eureka is contains, suppose I am talking about Eureka. Okay, Eureka. So Eureka is the compound which is contain 60% of copper and 40% of nickel. And suppose I am talking about manganese. Okay, the increase in resistance is negligible over a considerable range of temperature for these kind of metal alloys. Okay, now I can tell here that the next effect is what? Suppose I am talking about to increase the temperature for electrolytes and insulators. Okay, insulators like paper, rubber, glass, mica, etc. Okay, then in that case what will happen? The resistance will be decreased when you are increasing the temperature. Okay, and partial conduction also when we are talking about partial conductor like carbon, in that also the temperature will be decreased when you are increasing the the resistance of the carbon will be decreased when we are increasing the temperature of the carbon. That means insulators are said to be possesses a negative temperature coefficient of resistance here. Okay, as when I'm talking about the insulators and we are increasing the temperature of the insulator, what is happening? The resistance of the insulators are decreasing. Okay, so the insulators are offering negative temperature coefficient of resistance. That means as when we are increasing the temperature, the resistance is decreasing there. Okay, now we are going to talk about temperature coefficient of resistance. Okay, our next topic is what? Temperature coefficient of resistance. Now to understand the temperature coefficient of resistance, let us we have a metallic conductor which has resistance of R0 at 0 degree centigrade. Okay, we have a metallic conductor whose resistance is R0 at 0 degree centigrade. Okay, 0 degree centigrade, and suppose we are heating it and it is heated to T degree centigrade, and let its resistance at T degree centigrade is RT. So RT is T degree centigrade. We are getting RT when we are heating the metallic conductor, okay, to T degree centigrade. That means we are getting the temperature that is resistance, the resistance which is developed in the conductor due to the T degree centigrade, that is RT. Okay, then we are considering the normal range of temperature, so we can write that the increase in the resistance, that is del R. Okay, the increasing resistance from 0 degree centigrade to when the metal is heated or the pure conductor is heated from 0 degree to T degree centigrade. So and for they are when it is 0 degree centigrade the resistance was R0, and at T degree centigrade the resistance is RT. So when we are calculating the increase in resistance, that is del R. Okay, so del R may be what? RT minus R0. Okay, so this is the increasing in resistance, and this increase in resistance will be depends. Okay, the increase in resistance due to heated, the increase in resistance will be depend directly on its initial resistance. The increase in del R will be depend directly on initial resistance. It will be directly depend on initial resistance. And the next thing, it will be directly depend on the rise in temperature. Okay, the del R will be directly depend on what? Rise in temperature. Okay, then also it is depend on the nature of the conductor. Okay, again I can tell the del R will be depend on nature of the conductor. Getting? So when I am writing RT minus R0, which is del R, is directly proportional to R into T. Okay, that is rise in temperature, and your initial resistance. R is your so that means in the place of initial resistance R, we can tell it is directly proportional to R0 T. Okay, what is the initial resistance? Here in this case the initial resistance is R0. Okay, so I can write RT is I can write RT minus R0, which is del R. Okay, so I can write that is del R, which is RT minus R0, will be equal to alpha R0 T, where alpha is what? A constant and is known as temperature coefficient of resistance. Alpha is nothing but that is your temperature coefficient. Temperature coefficient of resistance. Okay, so suppose we want to derive alpha from the above equation we have discussed. So I can write alpha as what? RT minus R0 divided by R0 T. Yes or no? Can I write or not? So I can write RT minus R0 is what? Del R divided by R0 T. Okay, and if R0 is 1 and T is 1, okay, R0, suppose you are taking R0 is 1 and T is 1, then what will happen? Alpha will be del R or RT minus R0. Okay, so that means the temperature coefficient of material will be depend on the increase in resistance, okay, per ohm. Okay, or that will be means the alpha will be depend upon the increase in resistance per ohm, which is original resistance per degree centigrade, and rise in temperature. Okay, so that means RT is what? That means we can write here, okay, or we can find that RT is what? From the equation, RT is what? R0 whole into 1 plus alpha T. Yes or no? Alpha T. RT is equal to R0 whole into 1 plus alpha T. And we have to remember here that the equation we have derived is holds good for both rise as well as fall in temperature. As the temperature of conductor is decreased, its resistance is also decreased. Okay, and when we are increasing the temperature, then the temperature will also increase accordingly. Okay, now if we are talking about the value of alpha at different temperatures, then we can tell here that we did not make we can tell here or we can discuss here that at least we did not make any distinction between the value of alpha at different temperatures. Okay, but it is found that the value of alpha itself is not constant but depends on the initial temperature on which the increment in resistance is based. So when the increment is based on the resistance measured at 0 degree centigrade, then alpha has the value of alpha 0. Okay, So at any other initial temperature, that is T degree centigrade, value of alpha is alpha T and so on. So we can tell that, or we can remember here that for any conductor, alpha 0 has the maximum value. Okay, so suppose the conductor of resistance is R0 at 0 degree, as we have discussed here, and it is heated to T degree centigrade as per the previous discussion. So then the resistance RT, which will be after heating, is given by what? Already we have written the formula. So again I can tell here that is what? RT is equal to R0. I can write RT is equal to R0 whole into 1 plus alpha T. You have to remember it always. Okay, where alpha is the temperature coefficient at 0 degree centigrade. Okay, here alpha is not alpha, this is alpha 0. Okay, RT is equal to R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0T. Okay, alpha 0 is the temperature, alpha 0 is the temperature coefficient at 0 degree, temperature coefficient at 0 degree centigrade. Okay, and now suppose we are considering that, okay, we have a conductor of resistance RT at temperature T degree centigrade, because the previous we have written so in the previous equation we have written that RT is what? R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0T. When you consider that 0 degree temperature for alpha. Okay, now suppose that we have a conductor of resistance RT at temperature T degree centigrade, and let the conductor be cooled from T degree centigrade to 0 degree again. So obviously now the initial point is what? T degree, that is the initial point is what? That is at T degree centigrade. Okay, and the final position is at 0 degree centigrade. So the final resistance is R0 is given in terms of the initial resistance, which is RT, as per the following equation. I am writing the equation. Okay, so that is R0. I want to find out R0. R0 is what? RT whole into 1 plus alpha T minus T. Okay, bracket end. So I am writing here the equation is R0 is equal to RT whole into 1 plus alpha T whole into minus T. Okay, that means I am writing for 0 degree centigrade. Okay, the resistance will be R0 and the R0 will be what? From the RT I am calculating RT whole into 1 plus alpha T into minus T. So I can write it is RT one minus what? 1 minus alpha T into T. Okay, getting? So from this equation also we can calculate alpha T. Okay, suppose you are calculating alpha T, so I can write RT minus R0 divided by what? RT into T. Okay, so when I am substituting the value of what? So when I am substituting the value of RT, okay, which is that is R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 t, we have already written that RT is what? R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 t. Suppose we are substituting this in as when we have derived that alpha t is what? Alpha t is RT minus R0 divided by RT into t. So when I am substituting this is RT, okay, RT minus R0 divided by RT into t. So when I am substituting the value of RT as R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 t, I can write alpha t as what? Just substitute R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 t minus R0 divided by R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 t into t. Okay, so this is the equation. So here after solving we can get alpha t as what? Alpha 0 divided by 1 plus alpha 0 t. Okay, that means alpha t is what? After the derivation we are getting, or after when we are deriving alpha t, we are getting alpha t as alpha 0 divided by 1 plus alpha 0 t. Getting? So in general we can tell that alpha t as the temperature coefficient at T degree centigrade, and alpha 2 that may be the temperature coefficient at T degree centigrade, T2 degree centigrade. Then I can write the general equation. Okay, I am considering here alpha 1 as the temperature coefficient at T degree centigrade. Similarly, alpha 2 as the temperature coefficient at what? T2 degree centigrade. Okay, this one T1 degree centigrade. Alpha 1 is the temperature coefficient at T1 degree centigrade, and alpha 2 is the temperature coefficient at T2 degree centigrade. Then we can write another equation, okay, which is I can write alpha 1 as alpha 0 divided by 1 plus alpha 0 T1, or I can write 1 by alpha 1 is equal to 1 plus alpha 0 t divided by alpha 0. Similarly, that means when I am writing 1 by alpha 1, I am writing 1 plus alpha 0 t divided by alpha 0. Similarly, I can write for alpha 2, okay, 1 by alpha 2 will be what? 1 plus alpha 0 T2 divided by alpha 0. Here 1 by alpha 1 is what? 1 plus alpha 0 T1. Okay, so that means I am writing that 1 by alpha 1 is what? 1 plus alpha 0 T1 by alpha 0. And similarly I am writing for 1 by alpha 2, I am writing 1 plus alpha 0 T2 divided by alpha 0. So when you are subtracting 1 by alpha 2, or when you are subtracting 1 by alpha 1 from 1 by alpha 2, okay, now we are going to try what? 1 by alpha 2 minus 1 by alpha 1. Then we can write that is T2 minus T1. Okay, when we are subtracting 1 by alpha 2 minus 1 by alpha 1, we are getting that the value is what? T2 minus T1. Okay, that means 1 by alpha 2 minus 1 by alpha 1. One minute. So you know that when you are subtracting 1 by alpha 2 minus 1, or when we are subtracting 1 by alpha 1 from 1 by alpha 2, that means when I am writing 1 by alpha 2 minus 1 by alpha 1, we are getting T2 minus T1 after simplification. So that means suppose we are calculating 1 by alpha 2, then it will be 1 by alpha 1 plus T2 minus T1. Okay, so it will become, when I am writing alpha 2, it will be what? 1 by alpha 1 plus T2 minus T1. Okay, clear? That means we are agree that when we are changing the temperature, that means temperature coefficient is also changing. Okay, so for different temperatures we will have different temperature coefficient. Okay, so that means the temperature coefficient of resistance at a given temperature as the charge in resistance per ohm per degree centigrade change in temperature from the given temperature. And in the case R0 is not given, then the relation between the known resistance RT at T degree, that is R1. Okay, suppose I am talking R1 at T1 degree centigrade, and the unknown resistance which is R2 at T2 degree centigrade can be found. Okay, and suppose I am writing the mathematical equation for that. Okay, I can write R2 is equal to R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0. I am writing again R2 is equal to R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 T2. Okay, so R2 is equal to R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 T2. And similarly for R1, we can write R0 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 T1. Okay, so that means when I am writing R2 by R1, so it will be what? 1 plus alpha 0 T2 divided by 1 plus alpha 0 T1. Okay, so this is the expression which can be simplified by again, suppose you are trying to simplify it, I can write R2 divided by R1, which will be equal to 1 plus alpha 0 T2 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 T1 to the power minus 1. Okay, clear? So I can write this as 1 plus alpha 0 T2, okay, into 1 minus alpha 0 what? T1. Clear? So again I can write alpha 0 t2 minus t1. Okay, so after simplification I can write r2 is equal to r1 into 1 plus alpha 0 t2 minus t1 and bracket end. Okay, so that means here in the finally we are getting that r2 is r1 whole into 1 plus alpha 0 into the temperature difference, that is t2 minus t1, which is we can tell that is del T. Okay, t2 minus t1 is also we can write there the change in temperature, which is del T. Okay, thank you very much. This finishes our today's lecture. Thank you very much.